Komodo dragons are some of the most terrifying creatures on Earth, until they meet their match. They often go after the wrong prey, and as a result of their foolish decisions, they get brutally reminded that there's always someone bigger and stronger out there, which is exactly what we're about to see today. All it would have only taken was a single bite from one of these giant Komodo dragons to infect one of the wild boars with their venom and kill it for dinner later. However, the giant lizards chose not to make a move and instead decided to share a meal with the wild boars. Wild boars are not the easiest creatures to deal with, as you may know, and since there was a group of them present, the Komodo dragons thought twice about messing with the typically hostile beasts. They feared a violent retaliation from the boars if they had tried anything against them, and they were too scared to act on what at least some of them must have been thinking about. Having just come out of its lair, this Komodo dragon was shocked when an eagle descended upon it out of nowhere and grabbed it in its talons. The Komodo dragon was a pretty big and heavy one, and even though the eagle was able to trap it in its deadly talons, the hungry bird was having trouble trying to carry the Komodo dragon away, which gave the big lizard the perfect opportunity to try and break free. A brutal struggle broke out between the two, but the eagle realized that winning the battle was not going to secure it a meal that it could carry back to its chicks, and it stopped trying to win the fight. A very rare coincidence was caught on tape here. A Komodo dragon and a cobra met in the middle of the street as each tried to cross to the other side. Both reptiles stared at one another in confusion and anticipation for a second, but they both soon realized that neither was trying to hunt the other and that they were only standing in each other's way. The snake did not have all day, and it didn't take long before its patience ran out. It started advancing towards the Komodo dragon before lunging at it and acting aggressively. The big lizard realized how much trouble it was in and wanted none of it, so it turned around and retreated in fear, opening the way for the short-tempered snake. This Komodo dragon had no idea how to sneak up on prey and ended up having to go hungry for the night as a result of it. The giant lizard was right in front of the deer that it was trying to capture, but it was advancing super slowly, and none of the animals were surprised. The deer pointed its horns towards the giant reptile and was about to attack it for a second before it remembered how slow it was and decided to just run away. As expected, the lazy predator couldn't catch up to the deer, and it ended up empty-handed in the end. Targeting a newly born buffalo calf, these Komodo dragons thought they were gonna leave with a delicious meal without having to do much work. But as soon as one of the bloodthirsty lizards attacked the little one, the older buffaloes rushed to attack them and get them away from the terrified newborn. The first lizard quickly escaped, and when the second one tried to attack, one buffalo charged at it before it could, and the sneaky predator escaped as well. Thanks to the bravery of the herd members, the adorable little calf was saved, and it was gonna grow up to become just as tough as them one day. Take a look at this foolish lizard. It came in strong, trying to terrorize a bunch of female buffaloes in order to try and separate them from their calves. But despite its initial success and the poor females being terrified of it, when the Komodo tried coming closer, a brave male quickly charged at it and attacked it with its huge horns. The hungry dragon was able to avoid the attack by less than an inch, but it was stupid enough to charge at the male to try and scare it away. And that was when the male got the lizard with its horns, counterattacking and putting the lizard back in its place. Here we have a lone buffalo that was able to fight a small army of giant Komodo dragons and still survive to tell the tale. The Komodos had come after the badass buffalo with everything they had. But other than biting the buffalo's face and giving him a bloody nose, the vicious lizards were not able to do much. I have no idea how the stubborn buffalo survived, as it doesn't seem possible to survive an attack from all sides at the same time while barely getting hurt. But the exceptional creature managed to pull it off somehow. Respect. Another baby buffalo needed rescuing from a couple of hungry Komodo dragons that were being super cruel to it, and the baby's brave parents did not hesitate for a second before attacking the cold-blooded beasts. Unfortunately, the lizards were smart enough to drag the calf under a fallen tree branch, which made getting to it much harder for the parents and made their rescue attempts more complicated. The buffaloes never stopped trying though, and they were hopefully going to get their little one back in one piece. Very rarely captured, Komodo dragon attacks against one another are just as brutal as their attacks on other creatures, and this clip is a perfect proof of it. As you can see, the giant lizard was swallowing the smaller one whole, and it hadn't held back at all while trying to kill it. The greedy reptile did not see a member of its own species upon stumbling on the smaller lizard. All it saw was a big enough meal to satisfy its hunger with, and its instinctual responses was to attack the smaller dragon and treat it as nothing more than sustenance. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.